Stress is something we're going to have to manage. And you're going to find tips, effective tips today in your screening, in your video today that will help you manage your stress so that you can then be more effective in what you do. So, the American Psychological Association did a survey in 2023, and they mentioned the top 10 things in which we as human beings get stressed about. So, the things will be it's one, money, two, work, three, health, four, relationship, five, parenting, six, daily life and just being busy, seven, personal safety, eight, future of the country. Hi, Esther. Nine, political climate, 10, discrimination. So then now, if you're here and you're live with me, go ahead and then tell me your name, tell me where you're working at, and then tell me what you would like for me to address at this moment. But before, then I will keep on going and then look at the comments here as we keep on going. Alrighty. So now, stress is when you're going to have the fight, flight, or fawn, right? And that what that means is that anything could really stress us out. Like for instance, um, we can worry about things that would never happen. So Cornell University mentioned in their survey that 85% of the things we worry about isn't really going to happen. And then, but then again, in the Netflix documentary, The Mind Explained, they did their own little bit of statistics. They said that 30% of all human beings it's going to be seriously impaired with anxiety, and that anxiety is the leading cause of mental illness. Here, I want to focus on the 70% of the people who experience anxiety then can then overcome it, do something different, and then change the way they feel in order to make progress, in order to feel good, in order to then to feel dignified. Alrighty. So that what happened to you when you're stressed? Yes. What happened to you when you have the fear response? Well, I want to tell a story. And Milton Erickson tells stories, and he was very good at telling metaphorical stories that are very general, and that it was easy to tell the story was because that it took the defensiveness out of the client, where they can then learn and grow and get something out of it by a third party story. So that imagine in the field, and we're in Africa, and then there's a lion and there's a warhog. Now, the lion has tunnel vision, and this little beady eyes, with the beady eyes stare at the lion. And the lion look back at the warhog, and the warhog look back and do the staring contest. And the warhog, in a split second, is going to determine. It has peripheral vision, it has tunnel vision, and then all the adrenaline and the heartbeat, and then the breathing focus on the threat. And then in a split second, the warhog is going to go. Am I going to be like Mike Tyson and then going to fight this out to the death? Or am I going to say frozen in time and get shot? Or am I going to fawn? Well, the warhog, in terms of a human being, fawning is when we overplease. Because a confrontation is just something we just can't handle. So then the warthog within is going to go, rrr, 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 and everything in the body internally focus on the threat, meaning digestion, production, it just set to the side, and then it does what it needs to do next in the split second. So then in that story, then I will wonder when you can then infer in the picture. So when you are in a state of stress and anxiety, your body is just focusing on the threat, meaning what is expected is then going to be realized. What is your attitude about distress? Do you see it as a threat? Do you then, because then your attitude is going to color everything and you lose perspective. And it's just like wearing blind shades and going walking around, and if I have a bag on your head and I asked you to go ahead and then go to your car, then you can't see, feeling, you can't really see what you need to go to. So then in that story there, that when you are, we call it triggered, or when you are in a stress response, then in NLP, it's called, the acronym is called Neuro Linguistic Programming. Uh, Milton Erickson is one of the founding hypnotists and NLPer that developed with what we are here as NLP. The Junior Satir is another family therapist that's also a hypnotist and a pioneer in NLP. So then I'm going to try to explain it. So when you're stressed, then there is a mind and body link, meaning your attitude and what you see, feel, and hear about the threat is going to affect your health. So then, how's your attitude toward the stress? How about then coming back to calm leveling? Calm leveling is what to relax and slow down as you go, okay, what I need to do to either captain the boat and then sail the North Sea. Okay, so then let's go back. Then fear can stop you forward progress. Fear is a response to a threat that's either real or imagined. Alrighty. Now, stress and anxiety is something that we worry about at that time that has not happened yet. So then that Cornell University mentioned, and they did their own little research and survey. 85% of the things we worry about will not happen yet. But if you're going to manifest it, if you're going to have the attitude, and you can't change your mood, or you can't identify what's wrong, then you're going to keep what you're going to get. And then you're going to expect a different results. So then instead, think of the way you behave when you're stressed as useful or not useful. Useful or not useful. This way, when it's useful or not useful, there will be where you can remove and throw out and go through the window or the door or whatever, where all the negativity, all that goes down into your body. So I want to do a quote, and it's with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was mentioned and quoted to say, "Don't speak negative about yourself, not even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy that casts spells." And that's why they're called spelling. So then change the way you speak about yourself, then you can then change your life. If you're not changing, you're also choosing to be stuck into that rabbit hole. But then the rabbit hole, when you're stressed, if it makes it easier to change already, which is then think of how you behave when you're stressed. It's like walking around like, I'm blind, I can't see, all I can hear. And if all your senses is just muted, and then when you're gaslighting yourself, when you're stressed, depending on how stressed you are, who or what will trigger you. So that what is expected is to realize. I will tell you from personal experience that when you are triggered, gaslight your intention, your behavior is not who you are. Your behavior is an adapt to that stress response. So that you can think of your behavior and just look back and go, okay, and imagine that there's heaven and the stars, you're next to heaven and you're cool and chilling with them, and then you're going to go look at your behavior when you're stressed and then go, take a deep breath and slow down and count back. It's so calm leveling, just relax. Then you're going to go look at your behavior. Your behavior is to work either to survive something. It's always working on a positive intention. So then, as I go on this little small little rant, I'm asking you to understand that Victoria Satir mentioned and on abbreviated with her book, The New People Making. What I got out of the book is that you can re-engineer you can reset you, change is change. And then, but you got to realize and identify, labeled what is wrong to begin with. And when you think of what is wrong, then I want you to think of it more like, hey, this behavior is not me. It's an adaptation. It's a response that I learned as a kid. So when you're a kid, I want you to think of this another story, which is like SpongeBob SquarePants. Allegedly, SpongeBob SquarePants is autistic. I just learned that. So as I have a little sip of water here, then your brain as a child is like SpongeBob SquarePants. You then going to model the good, the bad, and the ugly of the people who took care of you, whether it's your mom or dad, brother or sister, grandparents, or if you were adopted. Hey, you have no choice in that modeling as a young child. So then what happened as you go, dooba 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 dooba, you're gonna grow up. And then when there is stress, that behavior that you learn to adapt to and condition to, then you're going to then go through the unuseful part of it. Alrighty? Oh, I'm just reading this. Hi, Wells. Thanks for abundance and holding the space for us. Big appreciate. I appreciate you too, guys. I really totally appreciate you too. So that I do welcome the comments, and then so I'll know what I could teach you in this moment. Alrighty, because this moment, training moment, it's really really valuable. So, what can you do about the stress? So, I do highly recommend that you guys get what Virginia Satir, The New People Making. So this lady is just totally an empath and an awesome lady. It's that her her gift to the world for us clinicians, therapists, providers, healthcare providers, really was to then basically it was to take care of yourself. This is what I got out of it. Take care of yourself, re-engineer you while you get things done. But you got to be mature. You got to level to when you're having a hissy fit. So let's say, I want my Cocoa Puffs. When things go wrong, you're going to go, I hate you. Or, I don't like you. I, then you get angry, you're going to go, you got to blame. That's the people who blame. So that when they blame, this is a communication stance that is not useful. So when you blame, you're going to go, you get angry. I think of it as in my head, I'm Mike Tyson, and I am blowing up to some degree like an atomic bomb. So when you're angry, you're shifting the responsibility, the blame to someone else. Okay? So is that a mature response? No, it's not a useful response. It's not a useful response. So then when we don't get our way, and then we don't always want to do what we need to do, because we're all going to do this. So then I'll do anything for you. Anything for you. What can I do? What can I do? So, which means this is the people pleaser. Their heart's on their sleeve. They gonna blame everything that did wrong on themselves. And this is a very stressful place to be at. A people pleaser will have a lot of IBS, headaches, or psychosomatic symptoms. It's just bad. So, cross our hand. We have seen professionals who are a little bit hotty-totty, put your nose up, and then you're going to go, if one were to analyze this, one will find. So this is a computer. To avoid responsibility, they like to then distract, they like to overthink. They swim in questions. They, oh, ooh, ooh. They justify every reaction with a question, and then they distract, which is they do nothing because they're always in constant state of overwhelm and anxiety. So that Virginia will mention that label, identify what's wrong. What stance are you doing? That then I'll tell you what I learned with Scott McFarland in Massachusetts Society. Identify it. Have the feeling. Have it all the way. Because then you're gonna realize there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to all that response. But then take a step back and go, alrighty, because of that, then Michael J. Fox, who was diagnosed with Parkinson at the age of 19, an old man disease as a young man, defied the odds in his 60s, mature in his response to such a horrible disease. He mentioned leveling is not resigning, it's accepting what it is and finding another way around it. So I'm going to break that down. Leveling is not resigning. Leveling is when you fix what it is and learn to get your ego out of it. Because an outcome's an outcome. To be grateful, to live, to do what you need to do, to work where you're at, enjoy and help people. You got to then one help yourself and know what's wrong, and that leveling and being mature. So that let's take a deep breath in from the belly. Hold it. And then exhale. That leveling is looking at what it is, finding another way around it. You're not leveling if you're going to maybe this or that. Let me tell you another story that helped one of my clients. I said, is President Biden leveling about his alleged dementia or his cognitive impairment?
Yes.
And then she goes, no, we all see that he needs to have tests. So when you are going through the cycle of grief, you're not accepting what it is. Accepting, and my experience is looking at the good, the bad, the ugly, remaining calm, and then finding what you need to do next. And then because then I think of it as what I do is a series of experiments. Then I'm just going to, like Pablo style, duplicate what works, but then change my mood. Alrighty, change my mood. So then now, when your mood is down and out, and you're experiencing one of those four communication stamps, which is one, either you become a supercomputer and you're analyzing yourself and judging what you love people and yourself, and then two, then either you're distracting, let's go forget about it, control alt to delete, nothing isn't happening, so I do nothing. Then either you become a super over pleaser, people pleaser, placater. I think what else? Then you blame, you get angry. That's not leveling. Leveling is facing what it is. Okay, facing what it is. So when you have those moods and you're gonna have that, did you guys realize that a lot of your stress response, your fear response, could it be your hormone and your blood sugar? What are you eating? Are you having too much caffeine? Are you having too much Coca-Cola, processed food? Hey, I do my CEUs for an LPC, and one of them that I learned is that as you get older, sleep is harder. And as you get older, only you are responsible to your hormones. So that as you look at it, you're gonna go. You can then go to a more useful response as you look into a checklist and you go, okay, what am I eating? What do I need to eat in order to remain calm when there is stress? 80% of the time, I would prefer that see yourself eating healthy foods, foods that protect the way you feel. And then if you feed your brain what it needs, then it's going to be the computer that tells you what you need to do and remain calm about it. Alrighty. So there is also this, as I take another drink of water. It's this. That exercise. There's the saying goes, an apple a day takes the doctor away. I will tell you, hike in the park. And then as you walk in the park, it's a sunny day. See the what I call the lake or the flowing, streaming water. You can see the birds and hear the birds chirping. It's clear blue skies. There's still the grass because the rain, and the grass is tall. And as you walk, then you see your body feeling excited because you walk in the nature and the walk at the hike. It sends, think of it, all of what the brain needs in order to then feel more grateful and go, hey, I'll, I'll be your servant. Then I will then help you slow down and figure out the solution to the problem that what's bugging you. So then now what? I need you to eat right at the right time in the right amount. I need you to exercise, walk, swim, as easy as walking, swimming, and riding a bike. Whatever you prefer. You're going to start where you're at in your exercising level. If you need to rehab first, that's a-okay. That there's no point of rushing the process. Rushing it because that life it's a journey where you have to adapt to change. The universe is changing. You've got to adapt to the change and not be resentful toward the change. If you're resentful, baby, that's you living and reliving the ghost of Christmas past. Instead, look at your timeline, relax, take a deep breath from me now, or roll your eye upward and then take a deep breath and look up now for me. Look up now for me. Roll your eyeballs up and look up for me now. Go ahead and then take a deep breath in. That's it. And then go ahead and hold it at the count of 3. 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then exhale. Keep looking at that point. Keep looking at the point up in the ceiling. And now imagine your eyeballs as invisible ink. And I want you to look at my eyes. And then now I want you to write your first name in cursive. O, S, and then E. And then my middle name, H, O, Daddy, G. Then your last name, K, L, E, I, N. So then I need you to spell your name and do that looking up. First name. That's it. Go ahead, write your first name and cursive. Your middle name, then your last name. Now, let's do another one, guys. Let's do another one. Shirley. Let's look up the sky. And then now, I want to try to get close. We're going to imagine our eyeballs are going to be like invisible ink. Remember the invisible ink? That's my phone. Okay, invisible ink. I do. Maybe I'm showing my age. So then now, ready, guys? Look up the ceiling. Then I'm going to then write in cursive, Shirley, okay? S. Do it again. S. H. I. You got to dot the I. R. K. L. Y. So, I like Shirley. It's because your eyeballs really move around. So when you're stressed, you're mad, you're pissed off, and you just want to chill and relax and come back to who you really meant to be, then go ahead and take a deep breath. And this is what I called, hey, I just taught you rapid eye movement in about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Now, But if you don't do what I ask you to do now, and I wonder when you go ahead and do it, if you don't do it, then you're choosing to stay stressed. You're choosing to stay stressed. So that your belief system is that you're going to change and then you're going to practice this technique. And if you do this, I see yourself doing this like 60 days. Zig Ziglar mentioned 90 days, 90 days. Make it to be a habit. Hey, baby, for me, I have to do a habit close to a year because I like to debate. And I like to challenge people. I would agree and then disagree, then agree again. And then maybe if I don't do it long enough, I go, oh, I would disagree. So then begin. But you know what's so cool? Is that hope inspires you to do something about what's going on for a better tomorrow. Now, did you guys realize that when you have the stress or the anxiety and you're worried about something, it's just because you really haven't done it yet? So in one of the book, I can't think of it right now, it's by Dr. Kaplan. Uh, she mentioned about the brain predicting. It's like when we want to do sports betting, it predicts, or it's going to predict who's going to be the next president, right? The brain will predict the success rate. Let's say if you want to do something, and if you haven't really done it, it's going to predict fear. And then it's going to start imagining things that is not going to happen but happen. But then if you have a bad experience before, then you just reinforce it. All right. So I think I went on a bit of a tangent there. So then now let's review when you're stressed. Then what? Take a deep breath. 2, remember writing your name in cursive. Okay. Now, oh, I don't have it here with me, maybe. If you have Tiger Balm and Vicks, and then put it somewhere in your nose and inhale it, and then do it that way, it's also really going to get your body really chilled. So exercise, just eat right. And then are you also having love and fun, going out, visiting people? Are you in your relationship? Is there a balance between give and take? Are you learning how to receive the help and love, and then not always giving it away? Alrighty. So I am Rose, and I hope you enjoy this Teaching Tuesday moment with me. Now, there is a Speak Like a Pro class we're having September the 18th, 19th, and 20th. And the information is going to be in the caption. And if you're interested in that, then it's going to be really a lot of NLP and a few maybe hypnosis, but it's more NLP. And you get to learn what NLP do to help shift and change people's, heal people by then change the way they feel to something that is more what I call calm, love, and light. So if you're interested in that, please just give me a call at 281-996-8000. And then my website is at southeasthypnosis.com. So I enjoy this moment with you, and I hope you do too. So if you have any questions, you can also ask Rose, and then you can email it at office@southeasthypnosis.com. And I'm starting a new segment, which is at Master Your Mind, which is at Spotify. So if you're at Spotify, please, 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 please follow me there at Master Your Mind. And then I'm going to start a new podcast where you ask me something, then I'm going to do a video and then answer the question back. So a little bit about me. I'm a hypnotist. I'm also a master level clinician. And then I'm also available to maybe train specifically some self-hypnosis that will just rock your world and change your perspective. So thank you so much for your attention. Oh, Suzanne, thank you. So Suzanne, before I head out, whoever want to do this, tell me, what did you learn today? What one thing you're going to try when you're stressed? Yes, there's a link to my class. It's going to be on the caption. And hold on. Technology is just not my forte here. So let me see if I can then get you the link. Okay. Do. No, my computer's a little bit slow right now. Okay. I'm getting the link now, and then hopefully yes, I think I did it right. Okay, so if someone can type down, what did you learn? Simply. Or tell me what technique you're going to try when you are stressed out. To go back to calm leveling. Okay, Suzanne, you learn how to reset your stress that pushes you to a loop. All right. So, what one technique you're going to do from this class that will help you go back to calm leveling? Okay. And if you guys are interested, I could offer a free class on Zoom where I could teach you guys self-hypnosis, because I need to see your face in order to do that, because in this format, it's like I have to imagine you guys are doing it along with me. Okay, let me put my glasses on. These are called my cool readers, Superman readers. Okay, I learned that my response to stress is not my true character, but adaptations to stressors. Yes, it is. Yes, Esther. Yes, it is. It's just an adaptation that is not useful, and that since you know that now, then you can then go ahead and then paint a picture of how you really want to do this. Okay. Yeah, look up, write my name. Yeah, I love that too. I called it the rabbit eye movement. Write your name in cursive. I love that. Now, also, let me see if I can get it for you. Dibba-dibba-dibba-doo. Okay, I'm finding my thing. I bet you're good. But anywho, if you're interested in that free, I could do like maybe an hour free teaching you guys self hypnosis. Email me or DM me at Rose Hong Klein. Message me that you're interested, and then I set a date that's hopefully best for everybody to join. Okay, so let me get something really quickly. Because I carry it with me. You never know when you're stressed, and then you're gonna have to just do it quickly. And then when you are on film or TV, ooh, baby, the camera do not lie. They do not lie. So remember about Suzanne and everybody else. Can you guys see this? This is my Vicks. So now I want to inhale, hold it, and then exhale. It feels so good. Okay. Okay. So remember about writing your name in cursive. Okay. And then don't forget, if you're interested in tell me, DM me at Rose Hong Klein. Okay. Leave me a message there. What are you interested in? The free 1 hour training about self-hypnosis that I'll be willing to do. It's going to be on Zoom. And if I get about maybe 5 to 10 people, then I'll do a class for you guys. Okay. But remember about looking up and writing your name in cursive. It does help reset and re-engineer and then help you slow down. So this is the scented stick with Vicks. And it's cleaner and you don't have to just get your hand messy. Because girls, we are. You're always hot, Okay, now here's another one, peeps. Facebook people. Tiger Balm. Here's a story about Tiger Balm that I'll tell you. This is about, I believe, 100 years old. My dad, he was an early on as a young girl. He did this. This is Tiger Balm, and yes, you can get it at Eckerd's, Walgreens, Kroger, HEB. Alrighty, and over the counter. So he would get Tiger Balm because my mama would stress him out to God knows what. Then he'd do this, and then Mama said you can dig your nose in here, and then he'll take it. He breathe in, and then so I remember the story, and then I go, oh, I could do the rapid eye movement, and then because sometimes there will be stress that just can't do you in. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So then you do the rapid eye movement. Then you're going to go do this first, looking up, taking a deep breath, and then the second. All right. And then you do it together. And I will tell you, you're going to almost guarantee that you'll slow down. You'll slow down. Alrighty? Okay, so there's a lot of people that are interested. So just again, DM me on Messenger or email me that what are you interested in? Okay? And then if you're interested in that free training class, that's cool. And then I will then ask if you guys could get these, right? And we can then do it together on Zoom. And it's just really going to be an incredible experience, even on Zoom. And yes, I can hypnotize you on Zoom. So now I so much enjoy this group. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then y'all have a great one. Bye.